How to use Reifax Platinum. First, I'm going to log in, sign in. With Reifax Platinum, you also have these three sub-products: the Home Deal Finder, Buyers Pro, and Leads Generator. If you would like to know a little bit about these sub-products, please go to each independent video for the products to find out on how they work. Today we're going to discuss Reifax Platinum specifically. So I'm going to access your product. Okay, we're going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm allowing the microphone. Now, we have under search our basic search and our advanced search. Okay, if I go to basic search, here I have the possibility to filter by the data, whether it's public records, for sale, for rent, or foreclosure. I have the ability to search by location or open up a map and search on an area specifically by this map. Okay, I select the state. I have the county, the type of property, if it's a single family, condo, or multifamily, and as well as foreclosure status, if it's any, no, pre-foreclosed, or foreclosed, the location, parcel ID or folio number, the debt to equity, if the property is owner occupied or not, the number of beds and baths, as well as the square footage, and the price range. Okay, no, take out the map. So we have these icons. As you see, this opens up the map like we saw that this as well does. If I click on it, I get my map. If I click on it again, it'll remove the map. So you have the ability to select a particular area from your map using this shape as the rectangle, the polygon, or circle. Let's just use a polygon. I'm going to zoom into the map, and you can click on any area and then just sort of drag your mouse to select the area you would like to work with. Once you have selected the area, you do a click, and automatically the system will know this is the area you would like to work on. So here I'm selecting all of this Miramar area, and I can also include, well, I want to work with single family properties inside of Miramar that are, let's say, pre-foreclosed in a particular zip code, or I can just leave it as so. Once I have the search that I want to do, I click on search so I can get my results. Now, if this search that you're doing is going to be a frequent search, or you want to keep it saved so you go to it another day, you can go into this icon, which is Manage Search. If I click on Manage Search and click New Save Search, I can create this search as a saved search. So I can put in Miramar, pre-foreclosed, okay, and under the description you can copy the same thing as the name or add any additional features if you'd like, or any additional fields that you filled out. So once I have this, I click on Save. The saved has been saved successfully. Then let's say I log out, I come back, or I just click on Reset for the map. If I want to go back to this search that I just saved, I click on this icon and select what I've just created, this Miramar pre-foreclosed. Click Select. I will have the area that I selected, okay, which is a very big area, but just that's an area that I selected, and whatever I had here under the fields. So you can save the area selected as well as the fields that you have underneath. Now, in our basic search, we have three reports. We have the subdivision report, we have the x-ray report, and the discount report. I'm going to click on the subdivision report. This gives me a list of 4,315 subdivision names. And out of these subdivisions names, I have the total properties in each subdivision, the distressed properties, if there are any in the subdivision, I'm going to see a particular number there, as well as how many pre-foreclosed properties are in that subdivision, how many are foreclosed, how many are total upside down, not in foreclosure, how many are active for sale, how many of those are pre-foreclosed with more than 30% equity in them, what the total sold or the total amount of properties sold in the last 3 months are, the months of inventory, median sold price for the last 3 months, and the price increase. This I can filter out, print, okay, and I can order them. If I want to see the properties, I'm looking specifically for pre-foreclosed, I can filter this and I can put in sort descending. So it's going to give me the subdivisions that have the most pre-foreclosed properties on them, okay? So this is one of the reports that we have. We have the X-ray report. The X-ray report, once I click on it, the X-ray report, what it does is basically it takes the area that I've selected on my map or specific area that I have, and it compares it to the whole county. So it'll show me how many properties I have from the area that I have selected and compare it to what's happening in the whole county. The same for the distressed properties, pre-foreclosed, foreclosed, upside down not in foreclosure, active for sale. How many of those are owner occupied? How many are not owner occupied? And out of the ones that are pre-foreclosed, which of those are active for sale, not for sale, and have less than 0% equity, more than 0% equity, or more than 30% equity? Out of the foreclosures, how many of those are active for sale, and how many of those are not for sale? Out of the upside down, not in foreclosure, how many are active for sale and how many are not? Out of all the properties that are for sale, it divides which of those have 30% equity or more, which of those are pre-foreclosed with 30% equity or more, which of those are foreclosed for sale with 30% equity or more. And then I have the total sold in the last 6 months, what the average is, total active for sale, the months of inventory, the average days on market, and then we have the average and median sold price for the last 12, 9, 6, and 3 months. This report, I can click on print. Once I click on print, if my pop-up blocker is disabled, I'm going to be able to print this particular report. If I'm going to save this report, I just click here. You see right now my pop-up is blocked, so I'm going to click always allow pop-ups for Reifax, and we're going to see this tab opening up, and what this tab does is allows me to click directly on my browser options and then just click on print, okay? I can save this report. I'm going to save this here as well as Miramar Pre. And I'm going to put save. Your document has been saved. Now I'm going to go back. So if I want to see where that report is, I click on settings and my archives and this first Miramar Pre, the archive date, and if I click on URL, it's going to open up this link. You can copy and paste it and send it to anyone so they're able to see this X-ray report, okay? Now, the other report that we have, it's a discount report. Discount report, it details the pre-foreclosed sold and the foreclosed sold, and it tells me out of the pre-foreclosed sold how many of them, what the average days of short sale is, the amount of discount and percentage of discount of the area we selected versus the whole county. The same thing happens with the foreclosed sold. It tells me how many of these what the average of sale is after that file date and after the judgment date, and what's the average amount of discount and average percentage of discount. So the first I have 62, and under pre-foreclosed details, I'm able to see all of these 62 properties and their details, and underneath that I see the 30 foreclosed and then the details for those as well, and I can print it and save it as we did the previous report. The last icon that we have here is find location. If I'm in a particular area, let's say I'm in Pembroke Pines, I can just click on find location, and instead of selecting the area by map, the GPS is going to find where I am and use the criteria for the filters here below based on the area that I am in, okay? So it just finds you in the map, and in a 0.5 mile radius, basically it's going to show the filters that you've selected. Now, if you want to do a very specific search, there are a lot of things you want to look for that are not in the basic search, you can go to the advanced search. In advanced search, you have a lot more filters to search from. You have specifically sold price, last sale, if the property is for sale or not. We have under foreclosures the file date and auction date, as well as the entry date that you can filter on. We have for sale details if you want to filter by listing price. And we have three equities, which is the potential equity, active equity, and debt to equity that you can filter on. So let's say I want to select in advanced search properties that are currently for sale, single family, and I do not want them to be pre-foreclosed nor foreclosed. This would be how I would select it. And I can click on Manage Save Parameters as we did in Basic and save that search. I also can open up my map like we did in the Basic and see any of these reports exactly the same way as we did in the Basic. And also we have the Find Location as we did in the Basic. Now, once we've selected this search, we click Search. That takes us to the result page. The result page has a basic result and advanced result. The main difference is that basic result displays about 10 properties per page, and it has a picture. And you see them one underlined under another. You have the pictures, you have the foreclosure status, market value, active value, and the three equities. In advanced result, the difference is that now they're displayed like an Excel spreadsheet. We have one underneath the other, but we have no visible pictures. The icons for our basic result are the same as in the advanced result. So I have the ability to open up my map, as we see here. You can zoom into this. I have the coloring or the legend for all of the housing. I have my subdivision report, x-ray report, and discount as we saw on the search, but now we can do it from our result as well. We can print out all of the results, okay? The limitation would be that you have 1,000 records per page with Excel, so you can only export about 1,000 at a time. We have the labels where you can create, see which records. I'll select just the first couple of properties so you can see the labels. Okay, I'm going to leave it as the default options for the label type, label size, address, alignment, and current resident. Okay, and you can see the labels as so. Later on, all I have to do is print them out. Okay, we can export to Excel all of these results, as I said, like you do with the printing, only about 1,000 at a time. This icon, you have the intelligent market. Okay, this is a special customer service icon that I have that you won't see. Here you have the intelligent market, where the intelligent market, you click on it and you're able to find cash buyers. So I'm going to click on it. I can select owner name, owner address, agent name, lender, or plaintiff. I'm going to put owner name. I'm going to put all and leave owns 2 or more properties and click on apply. That gives me the list of cash buyers, the amount of properties that they own, who the owner is, owner address, city, zip, state, and owner country. This list I can print out or I can export to Excel. And if I click on any of those, I have the list of properties that they own. And these list of properties can be found by map. I have the legend to see if there's a specific coloring on each house, what it means. I can print them out, create labels for these properties, export them all to Excel, add them to my follow-up. This follow-up icon is only used if you have Reifax Professional, where you have a CRM management. In the Platinum, you don't have a CRM management. You have this template where you can modify the specific columns that we're going to see right now in advanced result, how you work with this icon, okay? So from the results, we're going to work with this template. So I'm going to click Manage Template. and put new update template, and I can create a name for it. So today I'm going to put in October. And whatever I see on the right is going to be displayed in the columns of my grid. So I have to make sure that the options that I have checked off, it's something that I want to be there. Or if it's something that I don't want to appear, I can just uncheck them as so and only leave checked off what I want to appear on my grid, so I can later print that out or filter it to whatever I need specifically. So right now I'm just unchecking these options, and I can check any additional, let's see, the entry date. I can check off this listing price, P equity. For example, once I have this, I can also change this order. If I want my listing price first, I click and drag, as you see, and I can modify the order and click save. So instead of the default, now what I'm going to do is look specifically for the one I just created, which is this October. Once I click, I'm going to remove the map so we see this directly. The grid has changed from October to what was the original default. This is all the accounts or all the columns. I'm going into October, which is the one that I just created. Okay. Now, we can click on any of these properties. Let's say I'm interested in this particular one. I click on it, and now I'm in my Overview tab. From my Overview tab, I have the Reifax value, which is basically the market value based on the comps of properties that have been sold in the last year that are in a 0.5 mile radius, and that apart from the 0.5 mile radius, the square footage is more or less 10% of what my subject property is. Now, when we click on comps, we're going to see specifically how that looks. Under details, we can print or save this. I have the pictures of the house. I have the map. I have all of the information from public records. If it's for sale, we have here the listing price. We have the sales history for the property and the owner information, as you can see over here. Okay. As well as this, then we have additional links. We have the IDX and Realtor.com. If I click on IDX, I can see the information directly from what the IDX is providing. If I click on Realtor.com, I can see what Realtor.com has to say about this property and see pictures, any remarks. Okay, in this case, the property is not listed anymore through Realtor.com. Okay. Now, as we said, these websites are offered as referral sites. The information that you can see on these are not responsibility of Reifax.com. We have the comps. Okay, as we discussed, we have the market value, and then it just takes the median of these 23 properties and it calculates the median of them. Now, these comps you can sort by ascending or descending through any of these and select particular comps. Let's say I only want these two comps, and then I can click on calculate and have a new market value. Okay, my previous market value was 226. If I select this one, for example, that has a lower rate, and this is a little bit lower also, I'm going to get a lower market value. But that you can do. You can select what comps you want, and if you create any reports, like we know the discount and the x-ray report, they're going to be based on whatever comps we selected. Okay, here in the overview we have two new reports that we're going to go into a little bit. So we have Comp Active, which is the same as the comps, but instead of properties that have been sold in the last year, the active comps are properties that are currently for sale. Okay, the same here. I can sort this. I can click calculate. I can see my distressed properties as well, properties that are underwater, sort them out as well, filter them. I can see the rentals for a particular property, and then I have the map, the bird view, as well as the street view if I would like to see how the neighborhood looks. Okay, I have the map, satellite, different types of those views. Here we have the legend of it tells us if there's this particular house, what the coloring is, as we saw in search and result. And then we have the BPO and the property analysis report. The BPO report basically shows us our subject property and the comps and compares them so we can see what the difference is. The other report which is the BPO report, I can click on it, and this on property analysis report, what the property analysis has, it details all of the information on the property. So I select all of these and click apply. So this gives me a detailed report. It has all of those, the information from public records, sales history, the comps that I checked off. Okay, it's not going to show them all, only the ones that I wanted to be included. I have the distressed properties, rental comps, map, x-ray report. Now, all of these reports can be saved or printed like we saw the previous ones as well. Also, we have a help icon. You can click on this help icon and it'll take you to the videos that are directed towards the overview section. If I click on generate document, I'm able to send out contracts from the overview. Now, I can send out contracts one at a time. So I can select a contract that I want to use. I have the buyer, seller, change agent if I need to. And then all I have to do is put in an offer price and check send document by email, view the document if I need to before, and then just click send email. So that way you send out the contracts, okay? Of course, before you send out a contract, you must have some contracts pre-established or saved on your account. And that's what we're going to see under settings, which is the last tab that we have here. Under archives, you're going to have all the reports that you've saved, okay? Under documents, because my short sale, you're no longer going to see that tab. Under documents, you're going to see all of these contracts that you have saved. That to upload one, you just go into upload new contract, type in the name that you want for the PDF, and then click on browse and select the file from your computer. If you have an escrow agent, you can just type in here the information for your escrow agent as well. And you can add additional documents to the main contract as proof of fund, lead-based paint, etc. that you can also edit by clicking on this little pencil, okay? We have the signature, so you can upload your signatures also and add them onto your contracts and additional documents. We have the emails. This email has to be set up correctly so you can send out your contracts. If you change your password in Gmail, then you must change it here as well, or your contracts will not go out. And then when you click on test connection, it should give you a message of successfully connected. If it isn't, then you have to make sure it doesn't appear. You have to make sure that the email is correct or the password might have changed. And then the last thing we're going to see here are the templates that you create to go out with your contract. This is basically the same as you use any Word document, so you can create the subject line for the email and the body that you wish to send out with your kind of like a cover letter with your contract. So this is how you use Platinum. Thank you very much for watching this video.